Hi, this is Awan Padi, and today you are watching me on Movie Cafe. This is the second edition of the Movie Cafe for the film Barah by Barah, which is going to release on the 24th of May in theaters near you. So today I have the lead actress, Geetika Vidya, today on our show. And along with her, we have also Sunny Lahiri, the producer, the cinematographer of the film. So in our first round, we had Gaurav and the cast with whom we discussed Bara by Bara. And today, I'm very glad to have you, Geetika and Sunny, together to
Glad to
discover
be
more,
here.
to discover more facets around this beautiful film. And I was telling the cast and Gaurav last time that Bara by Bara was like very, it was very touchy, and at the same time, it had a very different kind of effect on a viewer like me, or in a film, or on a film, or a person who views films with a different perspective. It had a very, lingering touch on the psyche. So, Sunny, this is about this. The film is about the last death photographer in the city of Banaras, which is basically known for its cultural heritage and pious image. Can you tell me, Sunny, like on the last death, a film on the last death photographer, how did it click? How did it? How did you go about it? How did it start for you as a producer, as a rather as a cinematographer? How did
As a
you go
co-writer,
about it? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for having us, Evan. And it's great doing this something like this. It's been pretty long. I was actually kind of working on another script of mine, and
Hmm.
Banaras is a part of that story. Part of that story happens in Banaras. So um,
Yeah.
when I was doing that back in 2017.
Hmm.
I was in Banaras and I met a guy who does the same thing. So I met a guy
Yeah.
while I was in Manikarnika in 2017. I've been to Banaras before that. I can't say shot extensively, but I've done my kind of hobby, still photography,
Hmm.
and shot some ads and things like that in Banaras before. But
Yeah.
uh, but this time I was kind of traveling with the specific purpose of writing a script, and the
Hmm.
story that is a travel story, and Banaras is a part of it. So me and another writer of a friend of mine, we were
Uh-huh.
collaborating on it. I
Yeah.
came across this death photographer, and it became a part of my that film script.
Okay.
Uh, and later on, while writing that script, I realized that this death photographer character has a lot more in store. And I
Hmm.
just kind of, you would say, my producer's brain kind of work, and also kind of the also my thought about how that script needed to be
Yeah.
in terms of the relationship of the protagonist and the people my protagonist meet in that film. I took this
Right.
out, and I thought, okay, we should do something separately with this. And with that, me and Gaurav have been collaborating quite a lot in those days.
Hmm.
And we already, by this time, we already wrote almost like three scripts, like two
Right.
scripts, two and a
Right.
half scripts. And
Uh-huh.
we were working on a feature film, which was a Marathi feature film, which we have called Kanda Wanda, which is yet to be made. We just
Hmm.
started shooting that feature film for 2 days. And
Okay.
then that, for all the wrong reasons, didn't work out. And
Okay.
we were like in a kind of a scenario where I had kind of said no to a lot of my DP work,
Acha.
DP work. And then me and Gaurav were sitting one fine night, and I had shared this character with Gaurav that I've met something so interesting and all of that. So we have been conversing about it. And
Okay.
one fine night, me and Gaurav were just kind of having some ranting times, basically, where we were ranting about this people and that people. And
Hmm.
we said, okay, let's make a film on how what does this character sound to you. Gaurav was fascinated from day one only. But
Yeah.
this time I said, okay, can you see it as a separate film? I think it can be a separate film. And he said, yes, definitely. Then
Hmm.
I told him, so here's the thing. I am anyway making that. I want to direct that film. And this is something, I want to be a part of it in every way. But if you want to direct, I don't want to direct this film for my
Hmm.
reasons.
Hmm.
So I am like, so he said, yeah, I would love to direct. And I said, okay, fine. So we kind of made a PowerPoint presentation and
Okay.
said, okay, we will make a film in 30 laps. Okay, we
Okay.
really kind of said we'll reverse calculate and we'll make a film in 30 laps and with a mobile camera and stuff like that.
Oh.
So we said then out of that night, a kind of a document came out. At that time, it was known as the last photograph.
Uh-huh.
A document came out, and Gaurav had posted it randomly on his LinkedIn and all of that. And
Okay.
in literally 24, 36 hours of time, there were some very strong feedbacks of people, like people who from the business, who
Hmm.
make films, producers. We never thought we'll produce it right at the outset. We
Okay.
were like, we'll make the film. Okay,
Yeah.
whatever we have to do for that. So some producers, some financiers, they kind of started getting in touch with us on LinkedIn and say that where is the script? This sounds interesting and all of that. And then me and Gaurav said we don't have a script because it
Okay.
was like a out of an it was like a philosophical document out of one
Hmm.
night of drinking session. So we
Hmm.
said okay. So it was a concept. It was very abstract to put it in literal terms. So
Yeah.
so we said okay, let's kind of then let's I said then something a film like this can't be written in Bombay because
Hmm.
there's too much distractions in Bombay. Okay. So we said, okay, me and Gaurav said, okay, let's go to Banaras and let's
Okay.
spend 3 weeks and see if we can. Anyways, in next 3 weeks, we didn't have much. We said, let's spend 3 weeks and see if we can get something done.
That's
And
how you went to
probably we'll have a
Banaras.
script. And
Yeah.
that's how we basically, the first kind of the seed journey of
Things.
Barah by Barah started.
Got it. Got it. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Amazing.
It's a long story. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Very long story with its history going to LinkedIn and all. It's really a
Yeah, it's crazy.
lot
It's
of
it's
eventful
been
things.
long. It's been long. It's 2019. We shot the film.
Yeah.
We are in
Prior to COVID.
2024. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So it's been long. So the story got to be long when it can't be
Okay.
short. Okay.
Now
The
coming to
journey of
Geetika.
the the
Yeah.
journey of this film has something to do with longevity. I hope after the release also we see
That's
it.
nice. That's a
Yeah.
nice
Yeah.
quote.
Yeah. It's a nice quote, Geetika. So
Yeah.
coming to you, Geetika, before this, I was actually wondering whom should I be speaking to? Is it going to be the Sony of the film Sony, the eponymous character, or is it Sunita
Mhm.
of Thappad? Because you were so different in all your different films. As in, I was wondering, and when I saw you first in the trailer of Bara by Bara, you were looking very different, quite similar to your getup in Broken News that I saw a
Ah,
couple of days back as a news anchor. But
mhm.
yeah, can you tell me about Mansi? How is she different from what you have done already, Geetika?
Mm. So who did you see today when we started the video?
Very different character, not any of these, but yes, I would like to know more about
Uh-huh.
Mansi from you.
Uh-huh. Mansi, is someone who is happy with herself, has
Mhm.
dreams, and is working towards them.
Okay.
Unlike Sunita, who's struggling with her family situation in the
Mhm.
domestic abuse situation,
Right.
unlike Rehana, who is a single mother and is fending for her son at the
Right.
cost of her principles, there
Mhm.
are there are moral dilemmas for Rehana at
Yeah.
work.
Mhm.
For Sunita, there is domestic abuse, which is at the core of her existence. She wants to be happy but can't be. Her
Yeah.
circumstances don't allow her to.
Yeah.
Sony is truly an independent person who's surviving on her own with her ethics.
Yeah.
Mansi, that in those terms is a happy person. She is in love with the man of her choice, is going to get
Okay.
married soon.
Okay.
And when she was born and raised in Varanasi, in a town
Hmm.
which does not allow dreams to take shape because
Mm-hmm.
in our country, India, there is a lack of infrastructural support system
Right.
for people in small towns
Mm.
for them to have big dreams. If you have big dreams, you either shrink your dreams or you leave your family and go
Right.
to
You migrate.
metropolitans.
Yeah.
You migrate, which is
Mm.
migration. To migrate or not to migrate becomes a question of identity for uh, adult people who attain their adulthood in small towns. Because what to do?
Right. Right.
You,
Right.
you dreams. Let
Yeah.
go of dreams or let go of family.
Uh,
Uh, Mansi is
And
someone who Mhm.
just interjecting, sorry, just interjecting. In Varanasi, that's a reality. Along with that, there is this component of people are also stuck within the space for all the reasons, even if like stuck in the place in a way where they do not kind of they find it difficult to kind of migrate
yeah,
also.
I think that's what
Yeah,
Geetika was talking about.
yeah,
It becomes
exactly. Yeah,
difficult. Either you
but
move
even
out or
after
you come
development,
back in.
yes, even after like a certain amount of development has definitely happened in
Yes, yes.
Varanasi.
That's
Actually, like it's a,
true.
though I don't politically support RPM, but because it's his constituency, he's done some amount of work there. Whatever, where there, he has thrown in money only, and that has resulted in certain things in Varanasi, which also this film is made at a very sorry, just one line. It's made at a juncture where it was right before the second term of the BJP government, Modi's
Mhm.
constituency. And because it was the juncture which this film covers is very different. But yeah, sorry, Gitika, for interjecting. I'm really sorry. But I had to
Uh,
Yeah,
just put
that's
this
the world that
briefly.
we are seeing in your film. It's a
Yeah,
different
yeah,
world
yeah.
that we are seeing
Right.
in Bara Bhai
But
and
Bara.
getting
Coming
back to
to
Mansi, but getting back to Mansi.
and
yeah.
in that world where dreams come at the cost of leaving everything behind, Mansi is someone who, without regrets, chooses her
Mm.
family behind,
Yeah,
moves to Delhi, and is living a life of her dreams.
yeah.
And what is her life of dreams? She sells tokens in the Delhi metro.
Hmm.
And her next dream is to drive, to be a metro pilot.
Okay.
And just to get an idea of how past and present exist together in our country, when
Hmm.
I speak at length for 5 minutes about a big dream, a lot of people might not think that to sell tokens in the Delhi metro is a big beautiful reality that she's living, but she's happy with her reality. She's
Right,
made it
right.
big. And
Yeah.
when she tells her brother that I'm gonna be driving the metro, he's so naive that he's like, will you drive the entire metro like all the coaches? And she says,
Okay.
yes, I will.
Okay.
So that line for me gives the idea of different kinds of dreams that live within people.
Yes, yes, yes. Geetika, like,
So
see,
nicely
in
put here. We haven't thought. She's really given meaning to the character. Thank you, Gitika.
yeah, really,
Uh-huh.
it's profound, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
Aw,
uh,
two profound lines
we will,
already. Yes.
we will. I will decode more of this in my review when I watch it. Kritika, thanks for giving me
Yeah.
that, kick.
Uh-huh.
So, Kritika, in Sony, you fought for the protection of women, right? Girls in the city, in
Sony fights
huh,
malicious men. That
huh,
protects women, that is a byproduct.
yes. So there was this consistent fight or struggle, and here in Thappad, it was against the
Mhm.
toxic masculinity.
Hmm.
It was a smash against on patriarchy. Okay, your character
Mhm.
also had to do something about it. And
Mhm.
in Bara by Bara, do you see those tones of the feminist tones do you see in your character? Like, I think you're trying to go into a dysfunctional family. Is it like that? Because I got the tonality that you are
The
coming back to the family. Is there a kind of dysfunctional thing where men they have their own say, you didn't get your share of the pie, and you are coming back to unite? Something to do with
uh, when we say words like patriarchy or orthodoxy, these
hmm,
days they come with with an inherent judgment or a negative tone to it. I
hmm,
say
Right.
I call these structures of society without any judgment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when the system, the family that we see in Banaras, in Barah by Barah, is a
Yeah.
patriarchal family.
Uh-huh.
However, the setup is patriarchal, which India is. But we see how the writers have written a very feminist narrative,
Mm-hmm.
because not only is Mansi someone who earns and supports herself,
Mm-hmm.
Meena, Bhumika's character,
Yeah.
she also earns money
Yeah.
and helps her husband run the house.
House. Okay.
So, your question is, do we see a patriarchal setup here, and is Mansi fighting against it?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Mansi is a strong headed person
Mm.
who had, but we do not see, we see it in a flashback how her father was against her moving out of the house, but she still moved.
Okay.
That is the sense we get, that all right, she fought and left, but she is
Things which is better spoken after the end of the
The
film,
film. Okay.
because
yeah.
12 by 12 is just a concept
Huh.
till the last shot of the film, and in the
Mm.
last shot we audio visually define the concept
Okay.
in the last frame, even not
Okay.
even the
Yeah,
last
enough
shot,
hints
last frame,
given.
in a last frame.
No,
So
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
have to be there till the last frame to know what
Okay.
is 12 into 12.
Of
Also
course, of
because
Very
course.
Avan, there was a
difficult.
little
Yeah.
contest that that our movie page was running for
Yes, yes.
some
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So we are like, this is a way of attracting audience and
Hmm.
catching their intrigue. So we're not going to
Hmm.
tell what it is.
Okay.
But we
Let's
have
not spill
spoken
the
about,
beans out.
but yeah, we have spoken about it.
Okay.
Some because the journey of the film. So if somebody research enough on the internet, they will get it, because the journey of the film has been so long that
Yeah,
even before,
5 years,
yeah,
right?
5 years. So even so, when 2021 the film kind of got its first premiere in the festivals and started the
Uh-huh.
festival journey, at that
Hmm.
point, quite a decent amount of articles have been written about the film in India, internationally, and all of that.
Of,
So
yeah.
there have been interviews and this and that. We are basically revisiting that entire journey, but this time in a
Yeah.
definitely much bigger way, because theatrical release is still that,
In India,
like
right?
you are up against, like you are basically doing the Olympics. So till now it was kind of the Commonwealth, and
Yeah.
now you are at the Olympics.
Okay.
Theatrical is like Olympics for me. But
Right, right.
while
Yeah.
saying that, Bara Bhai Bara is title which does intrigue people, and
Yep.
this is a question we get often asked. But for you also, you should kind of keep this within you to say what Bara Bhai Bara is, but kind of discovering it yourself, I would say. It
Yes,
will be
yes,
fun.
yes. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Geetika, like Sony, I remember during Sony, it was also hosted in many film festivals. You had to travel to many
Yes,
places
it was.
for, I think Italy was the first place where you went and you
Yes.
saw the film first on the big screen. So is it like
Yes, you've done your
getting
research. Very good.
yeah. I always am up to date with people, good actresses or good actors like you, Geetika. So that's a different part story altogether. But yeah, that film had intrigued me a lot when I first had
Yeah.
watched it. So is it like getting back the nostalgia thing back into you, saying that this is also a festival journey, now it's seeing a theatrical journey. So is it that life is coming back to you in full circle? What where you started
Uh,
and all? Do you see?
no, not really, actually. Up
Mm-hmm,
until now, I think the journey has been linear. It does not seem to be a full circle.
mm-hmm,
Sony is a movie where I play Sony, and everything revolves around this character.
mm-hmm,
Also, I was so new that I didn't have to, like, I gave my 100% to the part, and then whatever good happened for the movie turned into good for me as well.
yeah,
I was not a part of the post production in any manner. I never had any communication with the team when the post production was happening.
okay,
And 1 year after its shooting was complete, when it was invited to Venice Film Festival, I was invited I went there, came back. I had a 3-day visa, which is like strange, bizarre.
Acha.
Who gives a
Okay.
3-day visa? But I got a 3-day visa. I went there, I came back. I went to China, I came back. However, and then I moved to Bombay.
Yeah.
I was too naive. I did not know anything. I had no people who I could communicate with and understand what did those festivals mean? What was happening? What went into making the movie? What was the
Right.
budget of the movie, so to say?
Right.
No idea. And now, 5 years later, I am traveling different cities. I've not traveled to different countries with Bara by Bara, also because I'm not the protagonist here. I have all my affections uh, towards the movie, and I've been with the team for all the promotional purposes, and I'll stand by the movie whenever
Right.
and wherever needed, but I'm not the protagonist. So, one, this is the difference. Another difference is that though I am not the protagonist, I have been made a part of this filmmaking family by Gaurav, Sunny, Bhumika, Gyani, Akash. I have been informed of every step in the post production. I have been informed of the journey that the film is taking.
Yeah.
And now I feel much more informed. Now I know what the budgets of my movie are. I know what goes into making an independent movie. I am much more aware.
Yeah.
So that for me was like being at the center of everything, being so much spotlight on you and you know nothing.
Okay.
This is like being a little at the periphery,
Yeah.
but admiring the journey and learning more from it
Yeah.
because the team is very communicative and inclusive.
Mm-hmm. It's getting a more holistic understanding of entire things happening around you.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
growing up, I'm learning, and that also differs from one team to another. And this has been a very good team
Yeah.
to work with.
And I always wanted to know, Geetika, while working, like how was it?
Mhm.
How was it working with Gyanendra and Bhumika? How was it like? Uh, with,
It was very warm. It
uh,
was fun and it was warm. I usually, in my efforts of giving 100% to my character, I end up missing out on the local food of a place. I would end up missing out on a lot of things that go around me. I
hmm,
go to let's say I would go to a Lucknow or to a Delhi or to Amritsar. I've been to
yeah,
these cities for my shoots, Ooty.
yeah,
I would miss
hmm,
out on everything because I will be consumed by what my character needs from me.
hmm, hmm,
However, Banaras is different. It I am a slow person, but Banaras makes you go even slower. It
hmm,
mellows you down.
hmm, hmm,
There is a lot of noise there, but you hear silence there.
okay,
It is a it is a beautiful place to be in. It makes you take a look within, and there, right, like let's say 200 meters away from all those funeral pyres, I
hmm,
met Bhumika, Gyanendra, Akash, Harish sir, Sunny, Gaurav, and other members of the team.
hmm, hmm.
And I think I couldn't have felt what I felt for them in a space other than Banaras because that space does something to
Yeah,
you.
okay, okay,
And they are from Film and Television Institute and National School of Drama and different
hmm,
institutes. I was the only
hmm,
one who was not trained in any institute. My currency is humanity and human emotions.
hmm, hmm, hmm,
It is neither craft
hmm.
nor it's just what it is. And I had a very good experience working with these people that I was taken care of. There was a
Okay,
camaraderie. Like I
hmm,
said in the as a part of my previous answer, that I feel more informed and
yeah,
educated now because everyone had enough time and intention to share their time and energies with others.
right,
Bhumika and
right,
I would walk out and go on walks and have conversations. Gyanendra and I would have conversations. Sunny
okay,
and I would have conversations. Gaurav and I, like with each different individual, I had long conversations. किसी के साथ, like some of the conversations would be on the boat crossing
yeah,
the Ganga. Some
hmm,
will be overlooking the funeral pyres. Some will be during the lunch or dinner time at the
ah,
terrace. We were living in a guest house where
hmm,
the top floor was a terrace and we would eat there.
acha,
So, and I haven't made friends the way I made during Bara by Bara before it or
oh,
after it.
okay, great, amazing.
Mhm.
No, yeah, so the place plays a very important role, and also the entire. Did you capture, like, did you have a preconceived thinking in your mind that I will capture Banaras differently, unlike what we have seen in other films like Mukti Bhavan, right? Mukti Bhavan and other films. A lot of films are shot in Banaras. But when I saw Bara by Bara, I was telling Gaurav the same thing, that I got reminded of Masan and Mukti Bhavan. And did you have that kind of, intention of filming Banaras in a different way in Bara by Bara, or it just came,
So
spontaneously to you? How was it?
I spontaneity has its place in fictional filmmaking, but it only kind of comes out of preparation.
Mm-hmm.
So I prepare to improvise, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just joking here, but I really do believe in that. I prepare to improvise. I
Mm-hmm.
For me, prep is everything. With Bara by Bara, things were a little different. Rather than kind of answering it in a way that I wanted to film it different, I would say the only preconceived notion, it was challenging for me in a way. Me and Gaurav, because we have written this film together, so it's
Mm-hmm.
as a DP, it's a very different kind of association with a director when you write a film together as writer.
Right.
Like it's a very different way of looking at it, and this entire process was very very organic. So the only preconceived notion which I had, me and Gaurav, I used to tell Gaurav that Banaras has been shown so many times
Yeah.
in audiovisual, fictional format, non-fictional format. Why are you leaving out Siddheshwari of Manikal? Okay, for that matter.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I have to kind of, before Mukti Bhavans and Masans, Apurajitos and the Siddheshwaris of Manikal's
Yeah.
photography,
Yeah.
so I kind of go back there, and for me, I took it up as a challenge that I have to be conscious that this is a different Banaras. Like,
Yeah.
and so that was the preconceived notion. So, but because we were approaching it from the writing space itself,
Hmm.
a lot of these uh, cinematography decisions in terms of not creating the language of the film,
Yeah.
audiovisual language of the film, visual language of the film primarily, and the audio is a greater part. I think
Yeah.
without the sound design, very few people will talk about sound design of Bara by Bara, because sound is such an subconscious scenario
Right. Right.
that it goes unnoticed. But the images look the way because it has that kind of sound happens with those
Hmm.
images.
True.
So,
True. True.
I, as a DP, always kind of look forward to work with my production designer, costume designer, my sound
Yeah.
designer. I think DP's work overall is kind of finessed by
Yeah.
all these departments, and I am not.
This has been captured.
Ah. At the
Yeah,
at
Yeah,
the
there
but
end
is
of
there
the
is
day.
no.
no,
At the
but
end
Yes.
of the
there is
day.
no fun in that line. That's
Uh,
a good line, but no fun there.
lot of good lines I have picked up, thanks to you, Sunny, and thanks to you, Geetika, for this during the
Uh-huh.
course of this conversation. And I hope to see, discover, and also with our audience, we hope to see and discover many such facets of human emotions, which is intricately imbibed inside the entire city of Banaras, the town of Banaras, and also within Bara by Bara, the confines of Bara by Bara. I hope the audience reacts to it in a positive way, and I wish you and your team all the very best. And
Thank you,
Geetika,
Aman.
you are a
Yes,
wonderful
sir.
actress. You have been
Thank
rocking
you
in
so
all your
much.
shows, whichever you have come so far, and I wish you all the very best from Team Movie Cafe.
Thank
It's
you
Thank you.
lovely
very much.
talking to
Your
you.
wishes and blessings and love is what keeps a journey forward moving and deep. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And I request all our viewers of Movie Cafe to please go to the theater and watch Bara by Bara. It is releasing in all cinema houses near your place on the 24th of May, that is Friday. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you, Evan.
Thank you.
Thank you.